Everyone for joining us today here at Levittown Public Library's Stretch Fusion with Debbie. Today is May 4th. Happy May, approximately 1:30 p.m. Go ahead, Debbie.
All right, thank you very much. I want to welcome all of you to our class today. Good to see so many of you here. Thank goodness the weather has settled down. So I just want to remind everyone for our Stretch Fusion, especially if there are any new people joining us in Zoom or here, to honor your own body, honor any issues you may have, whether it's injuries or surgeries or anything whatsoever. Might even just be a bad day if you have arthritis or something. So if it doesn't feel good, if it hurts, don't do it. I'm going to try along the way to give some modifications and things that I think might be a little easier or even more challenging. But again, honor your body. So we're going to start in a standing position. Then we're going to take it to the chair and to the mat. So taking it with a nice deep inhale, just to get the lungs cleared, and bring your hands up, nice deep inhale. The hands just come up to whatever level is good for you. Exhale, just take it down. And again, just bring it all the way up and down. One more time like that, taking it all the way up and all the way down. So we're just going to start rolling our shoulders a little bit to get everything moving. So we're going to come up and backwards, and we're going for 5. So here's 2 and 3. Here's 4 and 5. Now reverse, other direction for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. We're just going to rotate the wrists outwards for 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Reverse that for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we're going to start with a little bit of balance and coordination. So for the balance part, more of a weight shift to start out with. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I'm not lifting my heels. I'm not lifting my toes. I'm just slightly shifting my weight forward to the front of my foot or both feet. And then slightly just shifting back towards the heels, not leaning enough that it's really detectable, slightly leaning forward, just putting all the weight in the front of my feet, leaning slightly back, just feeling that the mat underneath your feet or the floor underneath your feet, just taking it just front and back. One more time, just reaching it forward a little bit. One more time, just reaching it back. And now distribute the weight evenly under both feet. I just want you to, even within your shoes, I want you to grip the insides of your shoes, just gripping with your toes inside your shoes, or if you're barefoot, just gripping, letting those toes move. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to lift my toes up. I'm not doing anything that's going to require balance or anything, just lifting the toes all the way up and then lowering them down right inside your shoes. Lift them up and down. One more time. Lift the toes up and down. All right. So we're going to take it into a little bit of more balance. You're going to place all the weight on that left leg. You're going to lift your right knee up to a count of 4. We're going to hold it there. Let's hold it for 6 and take it down for 4. Your chair is nearby. Make sure you position yourself in case you need it. So here we go. Lift that right knee up, bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. Good. Let's try that again. Bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. We'll go one more time. So bring it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's switch to the other leg. Sometimes I do all on one leg before I go to the other, but I mix it up a little bit, change it up. So now we're going to do the same thing. These are the hardest moves in the whole balance series. So bringing that left knee up, bring it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4, and again, bring it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, 4, one more time, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Has anyone in the room or out in Zoom land there practiced any of the balance at all on your own? No, it's so important. All right, I see a couple of people shaking their heads. Yes, all right. It is so, I can't stress enough how important that is, because as we age, we do lose our sense of balance. You're going to make yourself prone to falling if you don't actively take an interest in taking care of that and practicing it. So please practice. All right, so we're going to rock our boat a little bit. You're going to take your right foot and put it in front of the left heel to toe. Now you can leave a slight gap between. We're on our tightrope because your one foot's right in front of the other. And now you're going to lean forward, lift your back heel up. So I'm putting all the weight on that right foot. And now taking it back, lifting the front toes up. Again, lean it forward, rock it forward, back heel comes up. Taking it back, front toes come up. We're going for 2 more. Take it forward, back heel up, rock that boat. Lean it back, front toes up. One more time, take it forward, back heel up. Take it back, front toes up. Lower the front toes, but stay on your tightrope. Making it now a little bit more challenging by actually picking up the right foot and putting it behind the left. And now bring it back in front. And again, taking it behind. And in front. 2 more times, bring it behind. And in front. 1 more time, taking it behind. And bring it in front. All right, so we're going to take it to the other side now. So starting with rock the boat. So take that left foot in front of the right, heel to toe, slight gap. And just rock it forward, back heel comes up. Rock it back, lift your front toes. Taking it forward with the back heel coming up. Back with the front toes. And again, take it forward, back heel up. Lift the front toes. 1 more time, take it forward. Take it back. And you're up, tightrope. Excuse me 1 second. Allergies, I think. All right, so we're in our position. Pick up that front foot, put it behind. And put it back in front. And behind. And in front. 2 more times. Take it behind. And in front. 1 more time behind. And in front. And feet are parallel. All right, so we're going to practice a little bit of some coordination for the warming of the body. All right, so our feet are parallel, hands are in front. You're going to lift that right leg up and down as you open up the arm. So here we go, taking it to the side and come back. And 2 more, 3, and 4. But now take that foot in front, lift the knee up, lower the arm. Same arm, same leg. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Good, taking it to the other side. Leg up, arm out for 1, and 2, 3, and 4, to the front, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right. So remember that little series, because when we sit, we're going to try some more things with that. Little safer seated when we do our alternating. All right. So I want you to visualize or think of your kneecaps. I want you to try to lift your kneecaps up. Just kind of squeezing the legs and then picture them lowering. Very subtle movement. Lift your kneecaps and release. One more time. Lift and release. So now as you slightly lift those kneecaps, you're going to bring your arms forward as you sit back in a somewhat imaginary chair. So you're just going to slightly sit back, reach it forward. And bring yourself up. Good, taking it back for 2. So we're not going too far. And bring it up 2 more times. Taking it for 3. And bring it up. 1 more time, take it for 4. And bring it up. So from here, we're going to lift both heels up, doesn't have to be a lot. And now the arms are going to go out to the side. So lift your heels, bring the arms out to the side, and take it down. Bring it up for 2, and down 2 more. Up for 3, down 1 more. Up for 4, and down. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to put them together. We're going to take it from our little bit of a sit to a reach out. All right, so here we go. Taking it back, arms come forward. Bring yourself up, heels up, arms to the side, and take it down. Good, slightly sit it back, arms come forward, all the way up, lift the heels to the side, and down 2 more. Sit it back, arms down to the sides, and down 1 more. Sit it back, and up to the sides, and down. All right, so we're going to take it to another little variation. We're going to this time have a nice wide stance, taking that turn out from the hips so the knees are in line. Picture where your second and third toes are, even within your shoes, and you're just going to slightly lower down with the knees aiming between the second and third toe. You're going to bring your arms out to the side. So slightly come down with the arms out to the sides, and then slowly come back up. We're going to take it down for 2, and up. Taking it for 3, and up 1 more, taking it for 4, and up. And we're going to do some alternating side bends. So we're going to lean towards the left as the right arm comes up. Now, if bringing the arms up is an issue, you can just lean yourself over like this and like this instead of like this and like this. All right, so modify any other way that is good for you. So my body's going to go this way. The right hand is going to go up. So taking it up and bringing it over to the other side. We're kind of warming up our spine with a sideways move, taking it over for 2 and bringing it over, taking it over for 3 and over 1 more, wait, each side, taking it over for 4 and bringing it over and down. So I'm going to put those 2 movements together. We are going to take it down, up, bringing it over and over. So here we go. So taking it down, bringing yourself up, bending over and the other side. And then taking it down, bringing it up, bringing it over and over. 1 more time, taking it down, bringing it up, taking it over and over and bringing the arms down. All right, we're going to warm up our spine a little bit. Now there's a yoga move called a cat-cow. Some of you may be familiar with it. We're going to do a standing semi-standing version of it. So I'm going to place my hands on the side on my chair. My back is still flat, so I'm in that position. Normally you would be doing it kneeling down, but you can do it just leaning on the chair. You can also, if coming down that low is not good for you, you can take it on the back of the chair and just be in this position. So you don't have to go low. So make sure that your chest is lifted. You don't want to drop your head down. And I want you to push your upper back away from the chair and tuck your hips. And then come back to that neutral position and just lift the chest up, feel the stretch in the abdominal area. And again, tuck the chin, push the upper back away from the chair, and bring your chest up, tail up. One more time, just tucking the hips and coming all the way up. And bringing that to a neutral position. And we're just going to bring ourselves all the way back up. So the next thing that we're going to do, it's called a bird dog. So we went from a cat and a cow to a bird and a dog. All right. So I'm going to show you the same kind of position. I'm going to use the back of the chair now. So we're a little bit more upright. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your right arm just a little bit and bring that left leg back. And now from here, we're just going to lift the arm and lift the leg, just taking it up a little bit and taking it down, bringing it up for 2 and down, 2 more, up for 3 and down, 1 more, up for 4 and down. Then we're going to switch to the other side. This is a great lower back strengthener. So now that left arm is slightly up, the right leg is back, and we're just going to lift it up and take it down, bringing it for 2 and down, and 3 and down, 1 more, and 4 and taking it all the way down. All right, good job with that. So normally, and I'm just going to briefly show you on a mat, what you would do with the cat cow is you'd be up like this and taking it like that. And with the bird dog, you'd be out like this and switching sides. So that is just a modified version of it using a chair to just warm up our spine, warm up the body. All right. So we are going to take it into a roll down. So standing in this position, we're going to take it to our chair, or you can take it to your thigh. We're still warming up the spine a little bit, where you're going to tuck your chin, slightly bend your knees, pull the abs in as you're just rolling yourself down, keeping your hands on your thighs for support or bringing them to the chair for support. If you're used to yoga doing a ragdoll and you're used to coming all the way down, do so. Otherwise, stay in a safe position for yourself. In order to safely come back up, either place your hands on your thighs or your chair and just roll yourself all the way back up. We're just going to do that one more time. So you're tucking your chin, slightly bending your knees, pulling the abs in as you just roll yourself down. Reach for the chair for support if you have, especially if you have back issues or you're not used to doing this. Taking yourself down, either reaching your hands towards the floor or the chair, and then just slowly roll yourself back up using the chair for support. All right, so we are going to do some elbow circles, and then maybe we'll take it to the chair. So for our elbow circles, we are going to bring our arms all the way up overhead. If you have shoulder issues, you can just maybe do your circles like this. The full way that we're going to do it would be up like this. So if that's not good for you, then either here or somewhere in between. So again, go to the level that is good for you. So you're going to bring your arms all the way up. Nice deep inhale all the way up. You're going to reach your fingers down towards your shoulders. We're going to bring our elbows in closer together and circle them around for 1 and 2, going for 5. Here's 3 and 4 and 5. And now reverse that circle for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and taking it down. All right, so we are going to stretch out a little bit of the hip. We hold a lot of tension in our hips, especially if we do a lot of sitting and don't specifically stretch it out. So I'm taking it to the back of my chair. And you're going to step your right leg as far back as you can, but still up nice and tall. And now slightly press your hip, your right hip forward. Not enough to feel it in the back, just enough to feel a tiny bit of a stretch here. Now, if your hips are really tight, this might be enough of a stretch for you to just stay here and hold it. We should be holding our stretches for 30 to 60 seconds. If you are more flexible and you need a deeper stretch, if you slightly dip your knee down, not too far, especially if you have knee issues, but just enough to feel that tightening a little bit more, feeling that stretch, holding that stretch there. Again, still pressing your hip forward without leaning back and feeling it in the lower back. And now slowly come up, straightening out both legs. You're going to lower that back heel until you can touch the floor with it or feel a nice stretch in the calf. While we were doing our balance and lifting the knee, counting to 4, holding to 6, the standing leg, we were working our calf big time. So we want to stretch that out. So now I'm going to hinge at the hips, keeping my back flat, just leaning forward. Now I'm feeling the stretch in the front leg, in the back of that front leg. And then bringing myself up. And now switching legs. So now bring the left leg back. Nice wide step. Legs are fairly straight. Press your back hip forward a little bit. Feel that little bit of a stretch like you did before. You're going to slowly dip down. Not to the point where you feel it in your knee. Make sure that that front knee does not go forward. Don't let it ride forward like that. Just taking it down a little bit. If that doesn't feel good to you, straighten out your legs a little more. So now straighten out both legs, lower that left heel, getting the stretch in the calf. And from here, just fold the body in half at the hips, hinge at the hips, keep your back flat. You're going to feel that stretch in the back of that front leg. And then bringing yourself back up. All right, so we're going to have a seat. Be mindful that the front chair is a little bit rounded. So if you do any leaning forward, that you're not going to lose the chair out from under you. We're going to start with a little bit of breathing. I want you to, if you can, place your hands just at your rib cage. I want you to take a nice inhale and visualize that the air is going outward and that you're feeling your rib cage expand. So nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, feel the ribs knit together as they close. And again, nice deep inhale, feel that rib cage expand. And as you exhale, feel it come together. Just one more time like that. Inhale, expand the rib cage. And exhale, feel it knit together. All right, so we're going to take it into a little bit of a breathing exercise, bringing the arms up overhead, palms kind of face each other. As you exhale, rotate the palms forward, drop the elbows, and reach back, squeezing the shoulder blades. And again, just slightly bring the arms up, even if it's up to here or whatever's good for you. Exhale as you rotate the palms forward, just bring the elbows down and back, and then drop the arms down. So we're going to bring our shoulders up, down and back to just kind of set our posture. And then we're going to let the arms just kind of fall naturally, casually at the sides. So bring your shoulders up towards your ears. And then reach them back, open up the chest. And now just drop the shoulders down and let the hands just fall where they may. Now, obviously, we're not going to sit in this tense position, but every now and then you should, during your day, just come up and back and then just feel what it feels like to have this totally good posture abs engaged, imaginary string pulling the head up towards the ceiling. Now, as a music major, I used to do a lot of singing in choruses, and we always were told, sit like you're standing. So if I'm seated like this, and this is how I spent most of my time seated like I'm standing, I end up driving like this. I still sit like this today, and it's just it was a good lesson for me and good habit to get into. So we don't want to slump over. We don't want to put any strain on our body. So we're in this nice position. So we are going to lift our heels up. When we lift the heels up, you're going to squeeze the calves and we're going to lower them. And then I'm going to add some arm movements. The arm movements that I'm going to add would either be reaching down, reaching to the side, or reaching up, again, depending on what's best for you. So lift your heels all the way up, squeeze the calves, and then just lower them down. We're going to go for 5 and then add the arms. Lift the heels up for 2 and lower them down. Bring them up for 3 and lower, taking it up for 4 and lower, one more, all the way up for 5 and lower down. I'm going to add the arms. So lift and reach, whichever direction is good for you, and bring them in. Reach them out for 2 and take it in. Up for 3, bring it in, taking it for 4 and in, one more, and 5 and bringing it in and bringing the arms down. So we're going to do a couple of neck warm-ups and neck releases. If you have any neck issues, if you've been to the class before, then you pretty much know what's good for you to do and not to do. If you have any issues, make sure that you know what is safe for you, that you've passed it by your healthcare providers. So my arms are out in that letter A. I'm going to lean my right ear to my right shoulder. If this is too much for you, then bring your arms in more. And now slowly come all the way back up with the head. Now lean that left ear to the left shoulder and bring that head back up. One more in each direction, leaning that right ear to the right shoulder and head comes up. Left ear to the left shoulder and head comes up, dropping the arms down. All right, so we are going to pretend your chin is on a shelf. You're going to look all the way past that right shoulder as far as you can without forcing, holding it there a little bit. And now keep your chin on the shelf as you look all the way over your left shoulder. And your arms can just hang down at the sides and take it back to the center. One more time, all the way over the right shoulder. All the way over the left shoulder. And back to the center. So now we're going to add something onto that. We're going to look over the right shoulder again, and you're going to dip your chin down when we're on that angle, as if you want to touch your collarbone. So keep your head level for now. Look all the way over the right shoulder. Slightly dip your chin as if you want to tap your collarbone with your chin. Hold it there a bit. Come all the way back up. Then come over to the center. Now look all the way over the left shoulder. Hold it there. Just dip your chin as if you're touching your collarbone. Bring your chin back up. And then take it over to the center. All right, so we did that standing roll down. We're going to do a seated version of the roll down. We're also going to do a seated version of cat-cow. So I'm going to do the roll. We'll do the cat-cow first. We're going to do a very free-flowing form first, and then we're going to do a little bit more like we did standing. So the free form, I'll turn a little bit sideways so you can see. Whether you open your arms out or down like that, you're just going to take it all the way out, proud chest, and now come back in and just tuck everything in. Opening it all the way up and then tuck it down. Just 2 more like that, opening it all the way up and tucking it down. One more time, open it up and tuck it down. So now a little bit more like we did standing. You're going to place your hands on the top of your thighs. As your hands slide towards the knees, you're going to tuck your chin. Imagine somebody lassoed your midsection and they're pulling your spine back as your head and hands go forward. So we're just creating a little bit of a curve in the spine. So slide the hands forward, the head goes forward, but your mid back is going back. And now slowly come up nice and tall, sliding your hands to your hips, chest proud, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And again, tuck the chin, slide the fingers forward. Midsection is getting pulled back. And now slowly come up. Imagine a string pulling your head up towards the ceiling, head coming towards your hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then just relax. Now on our standing roll down, we tucked our chin, we slightly bent the knees, we pulled the abs in. We're not going to have to bend our knees because they're already bent. But we're going to slide our hands reaching forward. Again, make sure that you're secure on your chair. And whether you roll down this far or whether you roll down that far is totally up to you. So you're going to tuck your chin, pull your abs in, and think of each vertebra bone by bone by bone as you're taking yourself down. You can keep your hands on the top of your thighs if you need more support. If you're used to doing things like this, if you've done yoga before, think of a rag doll. We're just hanging here. And in order to safely come up, if you're not used to this position, you can place your hands on the top of your thighs and help just roll yourself all the way back up. And we're going to do that one more time. So you're tucking your chin, pulling in your abs, bone by bone by bone. This is called articulating your spine as we're taking it down. I'm going to keep my hands on the top of my thighs just to show you a way to do it. And then we're slowly going to come up. And if you need to push against your thighs with your hands to help you get up, by all means do that. And then we're taking it into our straight position. So we're going to do a couple of little things here, things that we've done before. You're going to bring your right leg out to the side. Your heel is down, your toes are up, and you're just going to lean towards that leg. We're stretching out the back of the leg, similar to what we did standing. Now, if you're more flexible, you can reach towards your toes. You can reach past your toes, depending on your level of flexibility. And again, make sure you are secure on your chair, or you could simply just lean into it if you're getting enough of a stretch that way. Try not to put any pressure or weight on that extended knee. And then bringing yourself back up. So now we're going to take that same thing onto the other side. So you're going to bring that left leg out, and you can turn either way. I'm just staying this way, leaning forward, reaching towards your foot, either past the foot, again, wherever is good for you. And then bringing yourself back up. So we're going to take it into a nice wide stance here. And you're going to gently place your hands in the inner thighs. Again, be mindful if you've had hip surgery, replacements, or anything. I'm just gently pressing back and then leaning forward a little bit, feeling a stretch in the inner thigh area and the hip flexors. And I'm going to slightly twist. So I'm going to drop my right elbow or shoulder down towards the floor, pressing into that right thigh a little bit more, not intentionally, but just by twisting my body in that direction. And now slowly coming back to center. And now I'm just going to dip my left shoulder down towards the floor, pressing into that inner thigh. And slowly bringing yourself back up. And I'm just going to heel toe my closer together. We're going to bring our right arm out to the side. We're going to do a little bit of a shoulder stretch. So you can also bring it down here if this is not good for you. Then you're going to bring that right arm in front, take the left hand palm up, reach for that forearm and just bring that arm across, whether you're here or up here, again, depends on your shoulder, your level of flexibility. And then bringing that arm out front, using that left hand underneath, just helping it up. You're going to bend your elbow, reaching towards your shoulder, pressing your arm back, stretching out the back of the arm. Some of you who have more flexibility, who are used to a stretch like this, may come up and over. Again, if you're struggling to get here, then you're not getting a good stretch. You should stay here. We're taking it slightly over to the side. And bringing yourself back up, bringing the arm down. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bringing that left arm out to the side, crossing the chest, the right palm is up, reach the right palm for that forearm, guiding the arm across the side, getting a little bit of a shoulder stretch. You may see people doing it up like this. It's a little deeper. Again, there's always usually more than one way to do something correctly. Then you're going to bring your arm straight out. The hand is underneath the upper arm, bending, reaching for the shoulder, pressing it back, getting a tricep stretch, which is the back of the arm, or up and over if you're used to doing it that way. Taking it into a little bit of a side bend. And bringing this up all the way up. And bringing the arms down. So we're going to extend our hands and feet in the opposite direction. So I'll show you a little bit sideways. So you're just, now if bringing the arms up is not good for you, then just reach them down and back. So either way, so just reaching it all the way up, nice deep inhale. And exhale. And then breathe normally, bringing the arms down towards the side. And now you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest. So you don't have to come up too much. You can even just keep it here. The main thing that we're going to do is extend the leg out and then bend. And again, extend and bend one more time, extend and bend. Now you're going to rotate your ankle 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3. Reverse that for 1, 2, 3. And then just relax. And now you're going to take that left hand on the outside of that right leg. A couple of options, either just to press against it as you look over the opposite direction, or actually crossing the leg over if you're able to. And again, twisting away from that leg. And taking it back to the center, releasing that leg. We're going to do a similar thing on the other side. And so bringing that leg up, we're going to take it to extensions. And again, you can just sit here and extend your leg out if this is not good for you. So modify any way you need to. We're going to extend the leg out and then bend and bring it out for 2 and bend 1 more and 3 and bend. You're going to rotate the ankle 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3 and reverse it around for 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to place that right hand on the outside of that left leg, either just holding it there with a little bit of a twist or bringing it over the other leg, like a cross leg position. And taking it back to the center and bringing the arms down. So we're going to take it into a little bit of borrowing a little bit from a yoga stretch with a warrior, back to the legs being nice and wide. You're going to bring your arms out to the side. We're going to lean towards the right, either starting with placing your forearm on the thigh, reaching up. If reaching up is the problem, then just keep your arm down. To deepen this stretch, we're going to place that right hand either in front of the right leg or behind it. Front is harder, behind it is easier. So taking it down. And in order to come up safely, you can place your hand on the thigh or just bring your body up if you're okay with that. And now we are going to use that right hand and just twist with that right hand going forward, looking back towards that left hand. And now just reaching forward 3 times for 1, 2, and 3, and taking it back to the center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So leaning towards the left, first taking the hand on the top of the thigh, reaching up, or just leaning over, whatever's best for you. For that deeper stretch, you can stay here, or you can lower that left hand in front of the left leg or behind it. Again, in front is a little harder, behind it is a little easier. And bringing the arms back up. And now we're going to twist with that left hand in front. Looking over that right shoulder to start. And then just reaching forward for 1, 2, and 3. And bringing the arms back and bringing the hands down. And just bringing those legs closer together. So we're going to take it to some shoulder rolls again, just bringing them all the way up and around as big as you can, bringing it up and around for 1 and 2. You can keep them small if you want, and 3. Squeeze the shoulder blades on the way down, taking it for 4 and 5, and reverse, bringing it up and around for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we're going to cross either that right ankle in front of the left ankle, or if you are able to bring it on top of that left thigh, pressing into that right thigh, leaning forward, feeling that stretch. Every time you do a different stretch, ask yourself, where am I feeling it? What am I feeling? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? So this is called a figure 4 stretch. We've done these before, because when you look down, it looks like a backwards upside down 4. And then just bring yourself back up. You're going to rotate the ankle 3 times, taking around for 1, 2, 3. Reverse that for 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to take the left hand in the center of the right thigh, pressing into the thigh as you're just looking over the shoulder. Again, never force it, never force or bounce a stretch. And taking it back to the center and bringing that leg down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So cross it where it is best for you, either at the ankle or bringing it up top. Taking that left hand, pressing down into the left thigh, slightly leaning forward. Feeling that in the glute area on the outside a little bit. Into our figure 4 stretch. And then bringing yourself back up. You're going to rotate the ankle, bringing it around. And again. 2 more times. And reverse that, taking it around. And again. And 2 more times. And now taking that right hand in the center of the left thigh, use that arm for leverage as you twist and look all the way over the left shoulder. And taking it back to the center and just bringing that leg down. We're going to bring our arms up and over, and when they come down, you're either going to come down with them reaching in this position or reaching to the back of the chair, leaning forward. We're opening up and stretching out the chest. So you decide which is best for you. So ultimately, we're going to be down in this position. But to get there, we're going to bring the arms all the way up. Exhale as you turn them away. Reaching back, either just reaching behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together, or actually grab the back of the chair as you're using that to open up the chest. And slowly bringing it all the way back. So you're going to bring your hands all the way up. Palms are going to face each other. And then slowly lower the elbows as the palms rotate forward, squeezing the shoulder blades together. One more time like that, bringing the hands up, palms face each other. Taking them down as they squeeze those shoulder blades together. Now on this third time, A little different, bringing it up, you're gonna bring the palms together, bring them to the center of your chest, nice wide elbows. Now you're gonna rotate your fingertips up and around towards me. And bring them up and around towards yourself, a little bit more awkward position. So don't force anything. And again, taking them up and around towards me. And up and around towards yourself. And just dropping the hands down. So you're going to take your right hand like you're saying stop. You're going to stretch out the wrist a little bit. Taking the left hand, gently pull back the fingers. If you want a deeper stretch, and you know that's okay for you, turn the palm up and bring the fingers down. If that other stretch was good for you, stay there. And then we're just releasing that. Same thing on the other side, like you're saying, stop. Gently bring the fingers back, feeling the stretch in the underside of the forearm. If you want that deeper stretch, flip the palm up, bring the fingers down, getting that deeper stretch there. And releasing that hand. We're going to do a little bit of a counter stretch. So take that right hand again and let it just flop forward. Very gentle pressure. Don't come anywhere near as what you were doing before, just gentle coming in a little bit. And the same thing on the other side, just let that hand flop where it may and put gentle, gentle pressure. And then release. So I'm going to interlace my fingers. I'm going to flip my palms away from me. And I'm just going to reach out, kind of getting a stretch in the hands, in the fingers. And I'm going to slowly bring my hands back towards my chest as I flip my palms facing me. I'm going to reach it out one more time. So slowly come out as you rotate the palms in the opposite direction, getting that stretch in the fingers. And slowly come back in as you rotate the palms towards yourself and bringing the arms down. So we're just going to do one quick pedaling, lifting the heels. We're going to go at a little bit of a fast tempo, and then we're going to take it down to the mat. So starting, it doesn't matter what heel. So lifting and then switch. We're going for 8 and take it for 3 and switch and 4 and switch. 4 more, 5, switch and 6 and 7, 1 more each side and 8 and bringing it down. All right. So we're going to take it down to the mat. Some of the things that we did in the chair, we're going to be doing on the mat. So you may be able to follow along. Or if the mat isn't your thing, feel free to stay and watch. So you're going to be down on your mat. You're going to extend your hands and feet all the way to the opposite sides of the room. Imagine that someone has taken hold of your wrists and your ankles, and they are slowly pulling you in the opposite direction. So you can do that in the chair as well by just either reaching up or reaching out, bringing the legs out. So reaching in any direction. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And again, nice deep inhale and exhale. And then breathe normally. So now you're going to slowly bring your right knee into your chest. We did that while we were on the chair. We brought the knee in, we brought the hands behind the back of the thigh, and we did 3 extensions. We're doing that same thing. So extend it out for 1 and bend, and 2 and bend 1 more, and 3 and bend. Going to rotate the ankle 3 times. That's 1, 2, and 3, and reverse that for 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to take the left hand on the outside of that right leg. And again, we did this on the chair, either just using it for leverage or bringing it on the other side of the leg. We're extending that right arm out, turning our head, looking towards that right hand. And then slowly bringing it back to the center. And then releasing that leg. And extending it out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to bring your left knee into the chest, the hands behind the thigh, hugging it all the way in. Taking it for 3 extensions all the way up for 1, and bend, and 2, and bend 1 more, and 3, and bend, rotating 3 times. That's 1, 2, and 3, reversing that for 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to take the right hand on the outside of the left leg, again, like we did that while we were in the chair, bringing that leg over or crossing the leg, bringing the arm out, looking towards that hand. And bringing that leg back to the center, hugging it in, and releasing that leg and bringing it down. So if you're using your rope or strap, you can take that strap and place it underneath the bottom of the foot. And you can do that seated as well. I tried that earlier. And in this position, you're bringing that leg up as far as you can. And you can bring your left arm out to the side and open that right leg out to the side, turning your head looking towards that left hand. And bringing that leg up, switching hands with the rope, taking it over to the other side. And bringing it back up. And on my count, we're going to inhale and exhale to a count of 4. On the exhale, see if you can bring that leg in a tiny bit more, or just continue holding it where you are. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Resume breathing normally, continue holding your position. And you could slide that left leg where it was, back to where it was, and you can cross at the ankle. So we did this in the chair earlier. We crossed at the ankle. You placed your hand in the inner thigh, pushing the leg away. Now, if you're in your chair, you're going to bring your body down towards your leg. If you're on the mat, you're going to bring your leg closer to your body. And then releasing that leg, slowly lowering that left foot to the mat, right foot to the mat. And you're going to reach for your rope again, placing it on the other leg. Extending that leg all the way up. Sliding out the other leg, bringing that left leg up towards the sky. You're going to place both pieces of your rope in the left hand, extend the right arm out to the right. Look right as you open that left leg out to the side. And bringing that leg back up, switching hands with the rope, taking it over to the other side. And bringing your foot back up. And on my count, we're going to inhale and exhale to a count of 4. On the exhale, see if you can bring that leg in a tiny bit more, or just continue holding where you are. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Resume breathing normally, continue holding your position. And you can slide that right leg back in. You're going to place the ankle across the thigh. Again, you can do that in the chair. You're going to place your left hand in the inner thigh, pushing the leg away, opening up your hip area. And again, if you're seated in a chair, you're going to bring your body, lower your body towards your leg. If you're on the mat, you're going to bring your legs in closer to your body. You can reach for your shin, hug it in. And releasing that leg down, taking that right foot to the mat and left foot to the mat. So we're going to bring ourselves up to a seated position. We're going to stretch a little bit more of the front of the thigh into the hip area, seated on the chair. No, where's in this position, you're going to bring your leg, no more down on the mat. Yes. So bringing your leg in this position, bringing that leg back, leaning back a little bit. We're same stretch that when we were standing, where you were bringing your hip forward. And then we're going to switch it over to the other side. Bringing that knee down, kind of leaning back a little bit, feeling the stretch in the hip area. And then slowly getting out of that position, we're going to take it down to a standing position. And in this position, you're going to bring your heels closer together. Hands are to your sides. You're going to look all the way over your right shoulder. And then look all the way over your left shoulder. And take it back to the center. Now, without leaning your body, you're just going to lower that right ear to the right shoulder. This might be enough of a stretch for you. Be mindful if you have neck issues. If you don't, no, it's good. You can take that right hand at the left temple and apply a tiny bit of pressure, reaching the left hand away from the body. For that deeper stretch, you can also take the left hand behind your back. And be mindful of what you're feeling with each different move. And then you can remove that hand from behind your back, remove the hand at the head, bringing your head up. And then just lower the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, you may be able to just stay here. This might be enough for you. Left fingertips at that right temple. Applying a gentle pressure, reaching for the floor. The arm is away from the body. And then releasing, the hand can come behind the back. And removing the hand behind the back, removing the hand at the head, bringing the hands to the side. So I'm bringing my palms forward. As we inhale, we're going to be lifting our heels, lifting the hands, lifting the eyes without moving your head. So nice deep inhale, inhale up, everything comes up, the eyes, the hands, the heels, and taking it down, everything comes down, the eyes, the hands, the heels, the eyes look down to the ground. One more time, inhale up, lift everything up, and exhale down, take everything down. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. Just a reminder, we don't have a class next week, but I'll see you the following week. Practice your balance. I can't stress that enough. Practice, practice, practice. It'll really do you some good. All right. Thank you. Take care now.